Let's try this again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 4 of the International Clash. That's what Claybo is doing is exactly what it is. It's week 4. Welcome to Terra Mystica nights, where we casually drink and talk about Terra Mystica and, I don't know, chat about life. It'll be a good time. It should be a lot of fun, actually. Let's go ahead and talk about the game itself, because the game itself is on a weird setting. So the game itself is on, what is the game itself on? It's on revised base map, right? Yeah, it's the red-headed stepchild of maps, and that's fine, but, you know, is what it is. And then we also have landscapes on for some reason. But yeah, I mean, landscapes on, like, basically what I took from this, right? The thing I took was that Europe said, hey, what can we do? Or Brazil said, what can we do to troll literally everybody? And they said, I don't know, we'll throw on base map, or we'll throw on revised base and throw on landscapes. We'll throw everybody off. But we have the Carnival of Terra Mystica today. Should be a good time. So for those of you who don't know how this system works, this is going to be how it works. So one team has a bye each week. This week, it is Europe that has a bye. 4 team members are going to be playing per 14 members are going to be playing per team, or per account, effectively. One person's doing the clicking, the other people are talking to him or her, and making sure they're doing what they say. And then let's take a look at the standings and see what's going on with those. Anything that particularly stands out to you on the standings so far?
Well, everybody's talking about how Europe is so far ahead, but I mean, if Asia just wins this game, then they're ahead going into the final week. So I think maybe some people are, miscounting how many points are actually on the board to take this week. So it's really close between Asia and Europe. And then obviously, some other teams are in contention. Canada and America. I don't know if Brazil can make that kind of comeback, but well, I guess Brazil and Canada are tied, but yeah, it really feels like America is the one who could make the miraculous comeback. But that's what stands out to me, is where the points are at.
Yeah, it's so what people aren't realizing is that Europe has a bye, hasn't had their bye yet. They're one of 2 teams who hasn't had their bye yet, which is them and Brazil. They have it today, and one win, and people are within spitting distance of them. So you're right. And then Brazil has to have a win today. Like, they absolutely have to win today, because if they don't, it's lights out for them. They're not playing next week. So it is
True.
what it is. But yeah, it's gonna be what it'll be. I'm telling the players to start, and they will possibly let me know when that actually happens. But yeah, I'm doing production this week and casting, so this will be a great time for everyone involved.
I hear that. You're also commentating with a guy who's in the middle of a thunderstorm, so my audio is probably going to be in and out. So at some points you might ask me a question, and then you're going to be like, why isn't Claybo responding to me? Does he hate me? And the answer is yes, but also audio is just, in and out. So hopefully it's smooth from here, but we'll see.
Yeah, it seems to be smooth so far. Smooth sailing so far. So
cool.
We'll hope that continues on. That's my hope and my dream, is that it continues forward.
Hey, me and you both.
Oh, hello.
I wonder, I know Brazil has been practicing a little, but I wonder if any of the other teams have even tried, or are they just like, you know what, it's not even worth the time. So I'm wondering if Brazil's practice, or sorry, not. Well, I guess Brazil's been practicing. I know Asia has also been practicing too. So maybe Brazil and Asia have the upper hand. That's my guess here because I haven't heard of Team USA or Canada practicing. Maybe they just they're like this is garbage.
Maybe they'll do it. We're in the middle of fixing production issues, so I've just realized I made a huge mistake when I did something. So no big deal. It's like a normal day for me. It's a normal day, is all I'm saying.
I mean, it comes once a week, so you might as well get it now early in the game before it shows up late. So
oh yeah, I know, I totally agree with you. I think it's very important to get these production issues out of the way, and then focus on the rest of the game as it comes. So all right, and with that, we are about to go ahead and get into the game. This should be a great time. I'm really looking forward to this.
This might be the first time I've ever watched a revised base map game. I have watched plenty of all the other maps, but this will be a first for this map. So thank you, Bizzell.
Thank you, Bizzell. Should be a fun time. And here we go. Game number 4 of the International Clash starts now with a Nomads pick. This should be a time. Nomads are good on this, right? I'm 99% sure Nomads are really good. Yeah, because they can ship from
it's kind of
a bunch of places with just one shipping, and there is no shipping tile in the game, so it's still good. So let's look at this. So they can ship with one shipping. They can go from here to here to here, and that's silly good. That's like silly good.
Oh, that's silly goose good. I mean, it's why Nomads and a little bit of Fakirs, just yellow in general, were such an improvement on the Fire and Ice map, is because you had those easy to access yellow hexes with just one shipping. So a revised map helps out the Nomads in that situation. So I guess an early shipping from Nomads is gonna be a possible move here. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely is a possible move. So let's go ahead and talk about the rest of what's going on. Can they see what we're doing? That's my question. No, they can't. Why can they not see what?
Yeah, I don't think they can. We also see the Mermaids as the second pick. I love the blue and yellow synergy on just the old base map, but I don't know if that's going to be the same synergy on this map. It looks like most of the same town carvings are the same, so looks like it should still work out well between those two colors.
Small minor problem.
Also, the Mermaids can get really good control with placing on E4. I know we can throw up those hexes later and look at this later, but the little nuance of the revised map is Mermaids can dig that black hex. A good spot for the Mermaids, and with having the landscapes, you can have a town there where you couldn't normally. So there's a lot of things we're going to find out about this map, I guess, this game. So
yep, definitely. And I'm going to send you the updated board because we are apparently using the wrong board. Or actually, no, I think we're using the right board. Can you see the stuff I'm drawing on the board?
Yeah, okay. This is the right.
Perfect. We're using the right board. I love it. Yeah. I love it already. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening with the rest of the picks. So we have Mermaids. We have Nomads. Great. Mermaids. It seems like Mermaids just play the same game that they normally do.
Yeah, and a little more disruptive, I would say, just because if you're looking at A, B, C, D, E, F, like the dig on F3, if that's possible, assuming that black hex is open. I mean, Mermaids are never there on the normal map. But on this map, the fact that mermaids can get there, it just seems so much more aggressive. But we see darklings pick there, so I don't think that mermaids are probably going to be able to dig that, because maybe darklings start there.
Which hex are you talking about? Go ahead and draw on it. You don't have to. You don't have to
A, B, C, D,
E. There is no point in.
Oh well, I hear you. I just didn't want to, because of the whole storms here. I didn't want to load up a bunch of programs and slow my internet, or
this shouldn't.
I don't know, use up all my RAM.
Use up all the RAM. I promise it'll be fine.
I don't know. I'm no tech guy here. I'm gonna stop calling out hexes. I'm gonna talk about other stuff. I'm gonna talk about how
you're talking
darklings.
About that green hex? You're talking about you're talking about the which hex are you talking about? Just describe the hex to me.
It's okay. I can describe it by F3 or under the little squiggly line that you drew, which is a beautiful squiggly line. Yeah, it's the hex under it.
Oh,
the black hex.
The black hex. Okay, got it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, darklings are probably going to be there, so they're going to probably dig out this brown hex immediately, or nomads will, depending on what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we have engineers and darklings as the last two. This should be fine.
Real quick, I want to bring up a few things in the track, just because. Ooh, that's a beautiful picture there.
Thank you.
Carnival. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're going with the carnival theme still.
Rio Samba Parade. that screams Redo Baibe. If I could get one of those in the chat, or 2, or 3. The things in the track is we have the spade in the 4th round, which is great for spades, and it's great for getting coins back. So obviously, every faction here can effectively use the cult pretty well to get coins back. Maybe darklings or engineers might get a little bit of an advantage on there. But yeah, the digs for the darklings is surely really good. And then right after that, you have towns. So controlling Earth cult is going to be really nice in this game, but also just being able to carve out towns and build them. Which I guess all these factions can do really well. So who can effectively execute the plan here? I don't know.
That's fair. So for those of you who don't know, we can actually move these things around and place dwellings wherever we want to. This isn't actually the game starting up yet. I'm just kind of like putting together where I think things are going to go. It's interesting. This hex right here seems like a big point of contention, right? So this is going to be both the mermaids and the engineers are going to want this hex, and it seems like that's going to be like that engineers are going to have to first turn dig that, or mermaids may take it from them.
Now this may just be me, but I can't see what you're doing. I don't know if the other people can.
There we go. Better. This should be good now.
Ooh, colors.
So, yeah, colors. Look at this. If that happens,
okay. So the super red drawing circles. You're saying that's the super contention on the board here?
Yeah, that's the super contention right now. And as well as that, it seems like this is going to be a point of contention as well. Hold on. Let me resize something real quick. So this is also going to be a point of contention right here, because both nomads and darklings are going to want that. And then based upon that, if nomads take it, then this is going to be really hard for engineers. This hex right here is going to be very difficult for engineers.
Yep.
So in an engineer's perfect world, they get in an engineer's perfect world, mermaids don't even start here. Mermaids just take the average double west start, right? And then they're gonna be able to go through these spots right here. Let me erase these things so I can show you better. So they're gonna go through here and be able to kind of dominate this map. Because what they want to do is they want to take the spade, dig this first, and sit and then go from there. So now let's look at the bid so far. as expected, I think. Darklings and mermaids are going. Mermaids are a little confusing, I guess. Go ahead. What are mermaids doing here?
I think just the fact that mermaids can like have such good control on this board, whereas it seems like dark or the black hexes were made a little bit tougher to do easy things that you can normally. I guess that's why mermaids are a little ahead of darklings, but and maybe the whole forming towns in that fifth year mermaids might be able to do a little better, but I don't really know if I think by the end of the bids, mermaids and darklings are going to be within 2 or 3 points. So,
Okay.
It's pretty close. But
Okay.
I have no real great evaluation on the two factions. It's tough to say.
It seems like to me the nomads are going to be the 30 faction, which feels weird, but I think is correct. And then engineers should be bid down a fair bit as well, because they have such easy hexes. I mean, getting 2 hexes for 1 spade is so good. And if mermaids are bid down this far, then I'm gonna guess they're gonna do a double spade. But that's, yeah.
Well, given the past tiles, you have engineers taking spade.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like darklings are going to take the 2 workers past tile. So it's really nice for mermaids to just take the 3 power, because it's not like they're missing out on a priest or a 3 power 1 worker. So I think, they take the power and take double digs. Kind of lines up.
Yeah, so they may upgrade to a trading post and then take double dig, because engineers aren't getting the power to do the dwelling.
That too.
Yeah. So, but I'm wondering if they're a little bit worried about how mermaids are going to affect the engineers here. What are your thoughts on the Darklings starting position? Do you think they'll be starting in the west with mermaids, or do you think they're going to be starting east with engineers? So either here or here.
Right. Oh boy, that's tricky. I think I would have to look at this a little longer to give an accurate guess, but it looks like where you've placed it as of right now is probably what I would suspect to happen. I mean, they're not getting a town there in the middle.
Yeah.
It's great leech.
Yeah,
that speaks volume.
That's my problem with them right now, is they're not getting a town there. So where are they getting a town? Because they're not getting a town. Like, they're probably not getting a town here. It's doable but very difficult. So it's going to be effectively they're going to bridge here, going to build here, and then do a sanctuary town here. But then connection is so easy to get blocked on.
Yeah, but I think most Darklings game, like, it's okay to forego connection if you're just doing normal Darkling things. Like, if you're getting 3 towns, I think you're fine without connecting. But if they don't get 3 towns here, and it looks like, given how hard it is to get to like easy black hexes, that might be possible here, because with where you have the dwellings now, I mean, they have to do so much to get to natural black hexes, which hurts their ability to do normal things. And maybe that's why in the beginning mermaids were bid first, but now it looks like people are starting to show their true colors and bid on darklings a little more. So
yeah,
a little bit of mind games.
That also makes sense as to why engineers are out of the bidding, because they're getting out of the leech party, because the leech party should effectively be right here, be between these 3 hexes. So that seems like where we're at on engineers, though I still think they're very, very good. Right? The only problem is if they get blocked here, right? If they get blocked here, we got major issues. But besides that, I don't think there are many issues with them. You get a temple, 2 dwellings out immediately. you may miss out on Earth 1, and that's also a small problem. But then you just take Earth 2, and or you take Fire 1, and it's not that bad for them. Yeah, I just don't think it's particularly anything particularly wrong with engineers, and I don't think nomads are that much better, if better at all.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with nomads is you're guaranteed leech.
Yeah.
At least it looks like you're guaranteed leech. I mean, mermaids, it looks like they're almost they have to build up west, even if they place their, even if they don't go double west and they do a split start, surely they leech over there.
Yeah, and then nomads have this nice space right here to dig through.
Yeah, so that safety and getting the leech, I think, may be why nomads are getting a lot of bits. Although they're closing the gap here on mermaids, which, I mean, 1 point VP difference there. I there's no color neighbors for nomads, no color neighbors for engineers. That obviously boosts their stonks, but why? How far in this auction are we going to go? Do Darklings go below 20? Is it that close?
I really don't think we go much further. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we go much further than this. Wow. I am surprised that nomads are bid as far as they are. I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
But somebody has to be taking the... I guess the other question or the other possibility is that engineers start with no neighbors. It's possible, but not likely. That's kind of how I feel about it. So they can start, let's see. So Darklings cannot start at this location, and then they're kind of neighborless. So that makes sense, but...
You're absolutely right. Yeah, engineers could get 0 neighbors, but they do start with a spade. And if you're anticipating not to start with... If you have a game plan without Earth 1, then it's probably fine, because they spade, get a neighbor, and all as well.
I mean, I guess if they're spading to get a neighbor, they're spading up here, right here, to get that neighbor with nomads. But if
I guess, yeah.
I can't see a world where Darklings don't start in the east, in that particular spot. There's no world that I see that doesn't happen. So, for me, this is where I'm at. Asia bid down mermaids. And I guess that's fine. This is one of those weird things, and I'll be perfectly frank with the viewers here, right? Let's level with the viewers here. We'll call ourselves professional Terra Mystica players. Every professional Terra Mystica player has about, I would say, 6 maximum serious games on revised base map. So anyone that's here, right? Anyone that's in our casting chairs that we're in currently is going to make a butt of themselves many, many times by saying the absolute incorrect thing so many times. So if we do that, just be aware. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We will just understand that we are wrong a lot of times. So
thank you for covering my my end in the future, because I'm ready to make some wild predictions now that we've put that disclaimer on the table.
Oh yeah. All right. So what's your wild prediction here?
Well, I will say I think mermaids are incredibly strong here, and I think they're actually the number 1 faction. So I think they're actually better than Darklings. So in the beginning, we saw mermaids bid before Darklings, and now we see Darklings are bid 5 points ahead of mermaids. I actually think and Darklings are continuing to be bid down. I think mermaids are actually a little better than Darklings, which is crazy.
100% disagree with you here, especially because Darklings are probably going to start in the West with them, which kills their double spade start. Right? I think mermaids are fool's gold here, and I think engineers are where the real money is.
So I'll build my case for mermaids really quickly here.
Love it. All right.
Mermaids, you have, I think it translates from base map to the revised map where you have yellow and blue playing together. So obviously you're going to get a ton of leech. You're going to get great neighbors all throughout the game. You also have the possibility of Darklings not starting center. And I was talking about that center black hex being so useful because we're playing with landscapes. So that's an easy 2 hex with a landscape town. That's great leech from all the upgrades that are coming around it. It's such a good hex. I just played a revised map game with Jekyll like a few days ago, just, because she was looking for a game, and we all saw in that game this mermaids taking that hex, and it was just it was so beautiful to my eyes, and it made me go drink a glass of chocolate milk after it because I was like, ooh, delicious. And honestly, those 2 points is all I need for me to be team mermaids here.
Okay, you know what? You're team mermaids, and I am team everything but.
Actually, I'm team Redo Baibe.
Speaking of actually Bizzell, let's talk about Bizzell for just a second. So Bizzell actually was had some team issues recently, and Bizzell is going to be playing with 3 team members for the rest of this tournament. So what? we have a duplicate of one of our members, Redo Bio. Yeah, he actually had to drop out of the tournament.
Oh my gosh!
And then their other player hasn't shown up. So they're playing with their alternate, and it's Wrath and it's Logus, and that's it. Now
wait, I just want to get the facts straight. You said, I just want to get my facts straight here.
Yeah,
you said Redo Baibe dropped. He's out. He's not out. Here.
He's out.
Yo, I gotta go. My mom called.
Love it.
That's sad. That's big sad.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I want, right? And you never want players to drop out of your tournament. But the good news is that everyone on these teams is very very good players. So it's totally okay that they still have 3 very strong players who are willing to put in the effort to make things shine.
So here's an interesting thought. We heard Ryan talk about how the discussions during the game with all these players is almost counterproductive because you have all these like people trying to input their great advice, which sometimes sort of pulls in different directions with your game plan. Maybe having only 2 people is better. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if Lizzie's listening, but maybe she can ask Team Bizzell if it's better or worse with 2 heads versus the 3 or 4. I don't know.
Oh, there is no way that we are going to get them. They have 3 players. They're not talking to anybody right now. Also, she can't even listen to them because they're speaking Portuguese exclusively. So, and Lizzie speaks approximately 0 Portuguese. So, that's that.
Time to go to Google.
Yeah, just Google Translate all of the Portuguese that you're hearing in the call. That sounds very reasonable. No, she's currently in Team Asia's chat because they have no media rep tonight. So she's trying to get an inside scoop onto their thought process throughout the bidding, and then going to talk to the rest of the teams at some point regarding their positions in this game.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's got her hands full.
Oh yeah, she's got her hands full today. I actually called her and I said, "Hey, are you okay with doing this by yourself? I think you've had 3 weeks, and I think you're gonna be set. I think you're good." She was like, "No." I was like, "What if I just told you whenever you need to talk to somebody on the cast, but did it very subtly?" And she was like, "I guess." So I will very subtly be telling her, when to go through, and no one will see it. No one will hear it because it's a ruse.
No one will know.
No one will notice. It will be so quiet and discreet. Discreet is the word I'm using, not indiscreet. Indiscreet is the opposite of what I'm trying to say. Okay, going back to this bid, we have nomads being bid down even more. What's happening here?
All right, let me ask you a hypothetical. And I'm going to ask it to you in a theoretical world where we're playing base map. And I'm only doing that because most of us, me, you, and the viewers, know base map, whereas not a lot of us understand revised map. So if you saw engineers on base map at the current bids 7 points above the next person, would you take them?
Instantly.
Instantly? Okay,
Instantly.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really bag on revised map that much. I know a lot of 2 players like it, but it's really weird to see it played 4-player. 2 players can play this game? Is that a thing people do? Oh yeah, it's a thing. That guy who's on the top of the leaderboard, well, he hasn't played in like 60 days, so I think he just got wiped. But he used to only play revised map 2-player. So.
Oh wow. For what reason? I've heard.
I don't know.
I've heard the arguments for 2-player. I get the arguments, right? The best player always wins. But at the end of the day, the map is just too big. The map is just far too big. And you just sit there and you're like, well, I'm here for a while, and I'm certainly going to play this game not as well as it should be played.
Yeah.
So right now, Brazil's making their decision. For the love of God, I hope somebody takes engineers at some point, because I think and I'm gonna go armchair psychologist here. I think Brazil needs to shoot for the moon here. There is no way they're going to get anywhere if they get anything less than first. So they can't be shooting for a second. They can't be shooting for a third. They need to be shooting for a first here. So they need to shoot for the moon and hope everything works out. There's no landing among the stars. There's shoot for the moon, and if you miss it, well then you're burnt out.
That means they're going further if they miss it. They're landing on Mars.
Yeah, they're landing on Mars at that point. It's bad. So yeah, for me, I think they have to be to the point of saying, let's go ahead and do something here. I get that there's a potential of no leech in the first round, but I think that's a first round problem. I don't think that's an after those rounds problem. I think that's where we're at. It's going to be a problem for round 1, but not 2.
Yeah.
And beside that, they just have such a beautiful opener, right? They get either double dig, or they get either 2 hexes and Earth 1 or Earth 2, right? Or Fire 1. They get anything they want to, but they're guaranteed getting 2 hexes in the first round, which is beautiful to me.
Yeah, that's got to be super strong for engineers. I guess. Okay, so not to sway away from engineers, but are you worried about the Darklings being able to start Sanctuary? Like, if you were to play engineers and you didn't get Earth 1, are you scared that Darklings most likely get Sanctuary round 1? Because that's a super strong Darklings against not an optimal engineers, but a still very strong engineers.
I mean, you're starting 14 points ahead of them, though. Is it really that big of a deal?
I mean, I think I'm with you. I think engineers have to be, if not I think they got to be taken.
Yeah. So, and this is the plus for the viewers. If they are taken, we get to go to the game, which, by God, I love going to the game. Nothing more do I love than going to the game. So that's my favorite.
Yeah, sometimes it's to 0. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
it's just a countdown.
Yeah, it's gonna count down every little bit, and then and then we're eventually going to get to a game. It's interesting because there was a talk from Manic Pineapple at some point about doing a minimum bid down of 2, right? And I had this discussion, and of course, all right, I'm gonna give you a peek behind the curtain here, right? Whenever I say anything is going to change, I have riots on my hand, right? Like that is just all the players do is riot at me. So it's we're gonna change a map, riot. Speaking of riots, we have a game. Let's go ahead and finish this up and get it going.
Oh boy. So who ended up with engineers? Let's see. It looks like Team Bizzell. Let's go.
Yeah, boy. Let's have it. Bizzell starting out on engineers. Very good. Very excited about it. USA on nomads. I'm less excited about that, but I'm also excited to be proven wrong. As an American myself, we're both Americans. I'm not sure your affiliations, but I'm always rooting for Team USA, though I'm very unbiased. I'm the most unbiased human being possible. So we see that start from mermaids, right? That dwelling was pretty obvious. That dwelling was also obvious. And we see the 2 dwelling placements that engineers have to do.
Yeah, so far you're 5 for 5 on these.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep, there we go. 6.
6 for 6. Oh my gosh.
Let's see where Asia places. Oh, okay, that was one of them, but that wasn't the one I expected. Oh, that's so good for Darklings, though. I think that's almost too good for Darklings. That's a hit to Brazil and a boon for Canada. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Okay.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's always scary to have that second west dwelling there, just because if Darklings beat you to the blue, then it's just a not fun connecting game.
Yeah.
You have to play for connection as mermaids unless your name is Barnawal, but Barnawal eats squid, so you know.
Oh, very true, very true. So now we see why mermaids were not, or why engineers were not chosen very quickly, because they're about to get double dug, which isn't going to be great for them. They're about to have their hex taken, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's rough. That's going to be really rough. What bonus card should nomads be going for here?
Well, if nomads possibly take a super quick round, they might get the double spade going into the second round. And I don't know if they want to go stronghold, depending on. I mean, they have a lot of hexes to access, so maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm not sure yet. So maybe they take 6 coins just in anticipation of a fast round for power actions.
Oh wow, we see an immediate priest take from USA.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're going to be upgrading ships after getting double dig, after getting double dig, or not getting double dig, after getting Earth 1. So yeah. I assume they're going to Earth 1, upgrade ship, and then place those 2 dwellings, and they're counting on mermaids to want that double dig. So they'll take the so they'll still get Earth 1.
Well, it looks like, based off how the leech is going to go, mermaids get Earth 1 and double dig, if I'm not crazy.
That's what it looks like.
So that's super good for mermaids, obviously, because everyone talks about, if you get Earth 1, you're probably going to miss out on the double spades, and if you miss out on the double spades, you're going to miss out on Earth 1, but they're just going to get both.
I think, okay, so my theory on this is that Darklings have to upgrade in the East now. Darklings have to upgrade there, because if they don't upgrade in the East, then mermaids do get double dig and Earth 1. But
yeah,
if they upgrade in the East, then mermaids are going to have to make a choice. Do they? Yeah. Yes, they will have to make a choice of whether they want double spade or Earth 1. So,
Yeah. No,
oh,
yeah, you were right though. Essentially, um, Darklings had the choice to tell who got double digs there.
yeah. I mean, it's not even saying you are going to get it or you're not going to get it. It's putting a choice in front of somebody and saying you have to make a choice of whether which of these two you want. Uh, and I think, and even putting that choice in front of two people, I think that's really, really important, right? I think having those forks in the road where you can't just do whatever you want to is important. Is there a world where Darklings? No, Darklings can't get double dig. No, there's no world where they get it. So yeah, we're in a world where it seems like they're gonna. Oh, I have a thing missing. So yeah, we're in a world where they are going to take. I feel like I've deleted a scene, so we're gonna have to wait until another favorite tile is taken before we can go to this other one. This is a weird production moment where I say something's wrong.
It sounds like you don't know what's wrong. It looks like
Oh,
you're looking for the problem.
oh
But
yeah, but I found the problem and we're fixed now. We're good.
cool,
It'll
cool.
be this way for the rest of the game. Uh, so let's see what's going on over here. Uh,
Now this is something I definitely didn't really uh I just did not expect this. Double dig from Mermaids and Earth One. I think this even adds to
to the pure value.
yeah, I mean I didn't expect this, but this certainly helps in the long.
I guessed it wrong.
This idea from Nomads is super interesting too, because I mean, what do they take as their favor? Do they take coins? Do they take Earth too? I mean, the Earth cult's really good, so maybe.
I mean, they have to take Earth One here. Like they just have to take Earth One.
Or do they? Oh, they have. Oh, no, they don't have a shot at Earth One.
Why do they not have a shot? Oh, you're talking about Brazil?
No,
Oh
I'm talking
no, they
about
don't. Oh, they
Nomads. Nomads.
don't. You're right. They don't have a shot at Earth One.
And honestly, am I crazy? But what if they just built two dwellings and then maybe a trading post and went into the second round building the stronghold, and then they go into the third round and then finally build their trading post, or not trading post, temple.
I don't think it's that crazy, right? I really don't.
I think the only issue that they'll find is they're going to have very small cult presence, and this is a game where cult presence equals coins. So
Yeah,
that would be very sad.
yeah,
So
they're gonna need that. I think they're definitely gonna need that.
yeah,
Uh,
especially going early shipping. I mean, it looks like the automatic move here most of the time is you just take Fire One just to fund your coins. So
yeah, there's no place they can single dig to get another hex to get to two hexes. I don't think. Yeah, looking at this map, there's no place they can single dig. So they're gonna just probably upgrade, take Fire One, and I'm saying they're taking Fire One. They have to take Fire One here. This isn't a coin poor game, but they like upgrading shipping early is very coin intensive. And
I know the hex that they dug over in the west allows them to get to an additional blue, but I still think digging that center black hex here would have been a little better just because you're getting an extra. Well, are you getting the extra leech?
no, you're not getting the extra leech there. Well, yeah, you would get the extra leech. Yes, you would.
I guess you leave the other dwelling open and then you build on the black hex that you dug. And then nomads come in, build a dwelling, you get the leech there. And it looks like nobody's upgrading in the middle. So, yeah, I think you.
You just really like that hex. You are so into this hex.
Good.
That's a mighty fine feeling you have with this hex.
Yeah, I'm trying to get its number after this game.
Okay, cool.
You keep staring at me.
Hold on. Let's grab its number real quick. Its number is F3.
Ooh, F3. That's talk dirty to me.
Okay, so let's talk more about this game. So we've got.
I will say, I'm thinking about my Nomad's idea of the 2 dwellings and a trading post. Mm-hmm. That's a good source of coins there. I mean, we're talking about they're going to need coins, and that's 4 coins right there.
Yeah, but they
coming
need
back
priest. They have to have priest at some point.
They're nomads. They ain't got time for church. Look, they're just trying to get on all their yellow hexes, and they'll worry about the cults later.
Man, you've got to stop hitting this desk. This desk. Every time you try and make a point, it's this desk.
Sorry.
It's all good.
It's on a glass table, so like.
Oh, this makes so much sense. And I'll say this much: after your last cast, I'd message you and I said, "You got to get an arm for this. You have to get a shock arm and a boom line, and it'll be fine." And it's not fine. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so Bizzell has to be thinking about digging this. About digging the green hex. I don't know what's taking them so long.
Maybe thinking about taking. Oh, whoa!
They're bridging? For what possible reason?
I mean, they definitely want to secure that hex because mermaids are licking their chops at it right now.
That hex is really important to them. You're right, but
But yeah, that's really hard to forego that green hex on the east.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving up 2 points. You're not really giving up that much. So I guess it's not good.
Oh, I was just saying true.
It's not that big of a deal, but it's still a deal. It's still a small issue.
It actually is only 2 points, because even if they do build that 3rd dwelling, they're not getting the additional income.
Yeah,
engineers are weird.
Yeah, I guess the problem is if they don't get that hex, they never connect. So that's the real problem here, is the potential for them not to ever connect this game.
Yeah, and that's 2 money gray hexes for the engineers that. It's going to be a while before they reach them, especially with no temp ship tile here, but
oh yeah,
it'll be useful.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I see the logic in it. I don't love it, and I'm starting to see why they were bid the way they were. Mm-hmm. But again, in a game of feast or famine,
yeah, it's like
playing the famine route.
You look at engineers and you're like, oh my gosh, they have that one dig on the east on the green.
Is there a world where USA takes the spade
in the center, but after that, it's tough for the engineers.
I'm talking about nomads. Is there a world where they take the spade power action this round?
Oh, the nomads.
I mean, I
don't think so.
They have the ability to.
They have the ability, but. I think the reason you would take the spade is because you're lacking the workers from the dwellings, but these guys have a ton of dwellings, and me and you both agree. They need priest and they need money. So I think all of their power actions are going to be spent for both of those, unless a double spade comes around. But I think for like the next round, maybe 2 rounds, they can live off of just not digging, and if they get the stronghold, they're not going to need any digs from
that's fair. They're not going to need any digs. They need the coins more, and I think they can actually do if they take the coins and then they get this bonus card. I think they're in a good spot. It's just a matter of if they get it. It looks like Canada is going to pass here. So I don't know.
Wait, which bonus card were you talking about? You said this.
Sorry. Yes, this one. The one you obviously know because you're in my head. If they get the bonus card for the Stronghold Sanctuary, then they'll be able to build their stronghold while building a temple. But that's an iffy thing for them. Mm-hmm. It depends on what Bizzell takes and what they need. Because the bonus cards aren't that good right now, actually.
I think they're pretty good. I mean, if from whose perspective? Nomad's perspective?
From Bizzell's perspective. So Bizzell's passing here, right? They have
gotcha.
They have the option of 2 workers, a worker and a coin, or 3 power, because they're not getting anything else out of that.
Yeah, I'd like to rephrase. The passing tiles are disgusting for Bizzell. I agree.
They're atrocious for them.
This is one of those things. I mean, it looks like Engineer's turn next round is to get the 2 temples on the board. I don't think they do anything else, even though you're looking at the scoring track and it says, oh, in the 3rd round, you should build a temple. But I guess you're supposed to do it in the 2nd round and just ditch the points. Because what else are they really doing that's helping their economy? Nothing.
Yeah, and it looks like USA is going to have to do... They're going to upgrade. They're going to take they're almost certainly going to take the coins. They're going to take Fire one.
I think Earth... Oh?
They take... Well, that is a choice. Those are what choices are made of. That's how I feel about that one. I guess
make it a great.
I guess that's their thought is they're going to take the coin's power action, which is theoretically a little better for them.
Which is genius.
These
guys.
Is it genius?
It's for right now. It's equivalent to Fire 1 if they get the 7 coins action, but it came with a worker, so.
It came with a worker a round from now, not right now. If it came with a worker right now, we'd be talking a different game, or we'd be talking a different thing. But so, are they upgrading to a stronghold then? Because it doesn't look like they are.
Nah, I don't think so.
For me,
I really have no idea. It seems so expensive.
It's so expensive,
and they've got a spade, so.
This is just I'll say this much. This is a really awkward turn for them. There's nothing that they can do that's specifically that good.
They have a lot of options, is what it looks like.
Yeah, they have a lot of options.
Mermaid's got the Priest to Earth, which is, that's so good. Not right now, but it later on, one day, it came with 2 coins. Actually, no, it came with, what am I talking about? That came with 5 coins and a spade, but not right now.
Yeah.
Some people hate to look at, cults like that, but.
Okay, so we have,
what are you gonna do?
We're about to have a report from Lizzie. So let's go ahead and see if she's here. Question mark. She'll be here in just a second. And here she is with news from not that. That's you.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need your video back on, Claybo.
All right, I'll turn it on.
Beautiful. This is production value, guys. This is what happens when you have a producer that's doing things as well. You hear all the production in the background. All right, and we have news from our sideline reporter near the Chaos Portal.
Hi, everyone. So I'm coming in with a report from Team Asia. I was listening in on them during the bidding and the early part of the game. So last I heard, they were planning on doing 3 towns and getting Fire 2 eventually to help them with that. What was interesting is as I was listening to them, they were talking about getting a southern town. and talking about digging G3, and they had this big plan to get G3, get a town down there. They wanted to strand the nomads, and then just as they said that, engineers built that bridge, and there was like palpable disappointment in the air. So I felt a little bit bad for Team Asia having this grand plan, and then engineers just comes in and just ruins it.
How dare they ruin this?
I know. How dare engineers do anything?
Oh,
It sounds like they need a sip of your margarita after that disappointing move.
I think I need a sip of my margarita after this news.
Welcome to Terra Mystica
welcome
Nights.
to Terra Mystica Nights. A few other things to report during the bid. They were talking about engineers, how it was a scary proposition to be engineers. They were heavily considering it, but they were worried that like NGs wouldn't get any leech. Actually, I have a quote from Jekyll. She said, "Let somebody else fight that NG's battle." So they were a little bit too scared to do the engineers. What was interesting is listening in. Jekyll was the one who was making sure that Team Asia made all the quick decisions on their turn. You know, as soon as their turn came around, she would be like, "All right, everyone, we're doing this, right? We're doing this." So she was really on the ball on that.
Love it. All right. Well,
All right.
I'm hoping to get some information on the Air 2 take from USA, because that is a mighty weird turn. So
Mighty weird.
All right,
That's a
I will
little
go
goofy.
talk to Team USA and try to get more info on that. Meanwhile, I'm also going to be heading into the Chaos Portal. So
Whoa.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when that goes through. So thanks
All
a
right,
lot, and
see you
we'll talk
later.
to you soon.
Yo, I don't think she's coming back if she's going through the chaos portal.
We'll find out. That's going to be a time.
That's like a black hole.
It should be a time for all of us. So I'm looking forward to it.
Not game related, but turning my camera off again. So when this happens again, I'll remember.
Yeah, love it. Okay, yeah, you're in a storm, so we'll let
You'll give me the pass.
Yeah, I'll give you the pass on that one. Okay,
Phew.
so we see engineers upgrading in the center. That's nice. We saw Darklings take Earth 2. Yeah, that's fair. This is a coin-rich game. I understand why they took Earth 2. I don't love it, but I understand it. What else?
I mean, Earth cults. It's just so juicy. It's just so juicy. Also, I saw in one of the strategy threads the other day, somebody was saying Earth 2 is greater than Fire 1. Is that what you were expecting them to take? Is Fire 1?
Yeah.
Like, what else do they take?
Oh, you subscribe to the strategy guide, to the strategy forums, or the strategy chat.
No. It was in the Discord strategy thing.
The strategy chat. Love it. See,
I don't know.
I'm like, I get out of the strategy chat. I'm like, you guys have fun. I'm gonna be playing games. But yeah,
How do you think I got above 200 ELO? It wasn't from my own strategies. It was from stealing other people's.
That's very fair. I like to say it was all on my own, and there is nobody that helped me. That's a lie, but it's what I'm gonna tell myself, and it makes me feel better.
I mean, you were about one of two people that played Temple Giants, so that's
That's fair.
Surely you came up with that on your own because no one was crazy enough to try it. So.
Oh no, I was that I stole. Okay, I'll admit to that. So yeah, we've got. We're now looking at nomads that have upgraded shipping again, and are probably going to go to the ship tile after that. I guess that's their game plan, is they're going to go shipping for the rest of the game, which isn't bad. They're going to get a bunch of hexes. They're going to have an infinite worker pool. It's pretty good, I would say.
It's pretty good. Darklings just took the 2 workers. I wonder if nomads were eyeing those 2 workers down, because it would have allowed them to do some stronghold stuff. That's about it. But
Yeah.
Stronghold's nice.
Stronghold's not bad, right? I think they're just building all their dwellings at this point in time. They're gonna go ahead and build. Now, my question is, do they try and take if Darklings? No, Darklings are going to be taking the brown hex in the west. So there's no chance they ever get that brown hex from Darklings, especially with that workers take. Which again begs the question: if Darklings are going to be this worker rich, do they really need a worker tile? Again, this is my opinion fully, and I know what I'm saying, but I have no qualms about potentially being wrong about it. So,
you dislike it, I like it. I think it's really close, even if it is wrong. You know, I can understand why you don't like it.
Yeah,
because you're right. They're gonna have a ton of workers.
Yeah, they're gonna have. I mean, I guess they didn't know at the time they'd have this many workers, but they're gonna have a lot of workers and going to be poor next round. I will guarantee you that they will be very poor next round. Because they can't pass on any tile that gives them a lot of coins. They're not. Go ahead.
Do they just build a town next round and then take coins? Because they're going to have 6 power on the board because of the sanctuary and 3 dwellings. They're going to possibly build a trading post, take coin.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's so rough.
This game is very cutthroat.
Yeah, this game is very cutthroat. Brazil. So you remember when I said Brazil needed to shoot for the moon? They did.
Not launch at all. Like the countdown got to 0 and then just nothing.
Yep, this is what happened. I said, "Hey guys, this would be a fantastic game for engineers," and that was the caster curse of the century. I just shouldn't have said it. I will say that I looked at USA's bank and I said, they've got to have less stuff than this. I legitimately went through all my overlay stuff and said, am I showing the right information? Because they have 3 dwellings to put out, and they have 4 workers and 8 coins. They can put out every one of their dwellings this turn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is ludicrous, and they're probably going to get they're either getting the dwelling pass tile next round,
or the ship,
or the coins. They have infinite choices. Speaking of which, look at the Darklings and how they're going to take more workers in a hot second. I don't mean to harp on this, but I'm going to. Man, they're going to have so many workers. So let's talk about something else that isn't how many workers the Darklings are going to have. Let's see. Asia has done pretty well. They're probably going to get they're getting a temple next round. What are they getting a temple for? Water 1, I guess? In my opinion, and I want your opinion on this, I say you don't take any income favors unless they happen to be the exact number of steps that you need to get to the top of a cult past round 2. There's no reason to ever take an income favor.
For which team?
What was that?
For which team are you saying that applies to?
For anyone. For any situation, there is no situation where you should ever take an income favor past round 2. What are your feelings on this?
I mean, I've seen Ondas go quintuple econ and it won, so I think there is a situation for it.
Okay.
And he didn't get all 5 of those econs before round 2. I think that was a bit of a joke game. And I guess to seriously answer the question, I think it's okay in like the rarest of situations, but I don't think we're going to find that situation in this game.
Yeah, I think the only time you ever should do it is if you happen to have sorry, if you happen to have let's say you're on step 8 of a cult, or of the Earth cult, and you're like, okay, cool, let me take Earth 2 and round out this cult, then that's fine. Totally cool. Yeah. I actually did that in a game recently. So,
yeah, I mean, at that point, you're not even taking it for the econ most of the time. You're just taking it to close out.
Yeah. So, is USA building? No, they're not building all these dwellings. Okay. I was very curious as to whether or not they were going to build all these dwellings.
So in this game, we've seen, obviously, we saw mermaids get blocked-ish on the green hex, which I don't know if we're going to call that a block. I don't really see it as a block. We saw the nomads get blocked in the west from the darklings. They also got Earth 1 blocked. And then obviously the engineers got blocked with the red hex this round in the center. So the only people that are just, playing their own game, acting like nothing's even happening is the darklings. And they're sitting at 30 points, which is basically first place, 2 points away. So
if only they had more coins, there'd be a great time for them. Hello, kitty cat.
Wait, is that a cat from my end? Oh, it is. Oh, that's hilarious.
It's a cat from your end. How
I thought it was a child from your end.
I live alone.
Very strange.
Well, whose child am I? Do I have?
I don't know. Oh, my cat's soaking wet from the thunderstorm. That's incredible.
Is your cat an outside cat?
Yeah, he's got a
little pet door.
I've got a few, but he's got a little pet door. They go in and out.
That's nice. Okay.
They take the chaos portal.
They take the chaos portal in and out. Hopefully they come back every time.
Yeah.
As long as they're coming back, they're fine.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now we've okay. So, all right, just doing a double check of making sure everybody's on the up and up in terms of chatting, in terms of who's muted and who's not. So we see.
Feel free to mute me at any moment. I feel like you would do the public a service.
The cat meows again. I'll mute you. So okay. They're building another dwelling. There's so many dwellings out. Speaking of people who are gonna have too many workers and not enough coins, it's the nomads. They are about to have infinity workers and not infinity coins.
It's gonna be rough. Who's getting the coins? Because
they took the priest. What do they take the priest for? I'm so curious about this priest take. I don't even understand it. I'm not sure I want to understand it, but I don't understand it.
I mean, it's
yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so they could send it to Earth, take the cult step. Oh no, they're not taking cult step pass. They're taking shipping for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's 6 points, but
I thought they would not take the priest here and then go ahead and take as many coins with the power they had. But I guess they didn't. I guess this is better. I'm just gonna keep going an octave higher every time. So feel free to stop me at any point in time.
I'm ready to see how high you can get. We're pretty high already.
Definitely not gonna go much higher than this. Yeah, they put it on fire. Cool. This is one of those times where I will look foolish because I will say the words "cool?" a lot. And I'll say, "You did it. You certainly did that thing." Maybe they were worried about overproducing power, and that's why they took it. Yeah, it's got to be it. They were worried about overproducing power, which begs the question of the favor tile. And this is okay. I'm gonna open the kimono a little bit more here. This is one of those things where we once again say, "Oh my God, they built a dwelling that had no neighbor." Just F's in the chat for Team Brazil. That's all I've got for you.
Yeah, it's rough.
So anyways, this is one of those things to where we will look foolish always at certain times. And you're right, they did take the coins.
Oh, I guess I need to turn on my cam. LizzytheLlama is back.
LizzytheLlama's back? Okay. All right, so let's go to her and talk about Air 2. From the Chaos Portal.
Hey guys, I'm in the Chaos Portal right now, and this is crazy. I think this might have been a mistake. I don't know what's going on in here. But meanwhile, I was able to talk to Team USA about that Air 2 pick. So first of all, they were actually planning on getting Earth 1. That didn't quite pan out for them, unfortunately. And so since they lost Earth 1, they decided that Air 2 would be the best because not only did it get them a worker, but it got them the 7 coins action. So just getting that power to get the 7 coins action in round 2. They're also hoping it's going to help them get more priests down the line, using more of the priest power actions. And hopefully they can send some of those priests to the cults. They're also in the works right now planning on getting Water 1 before everyone else. So beating that Water 1 rush.
Love it. I'm very excited about it. Let's hope you make it out of there safely. That's my biggest concern besides your reporting. So
yeah, I hope I can get out of here safely too. I don't know what's going on. There's some weird creatures right off camera.
Do you see any cats? Do you see any cats around you?
Any cats?
Yeah, no, I guess no. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. There's like a weird shark walking on legs. I think I've got to get out of here. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you much. All right, and we're out. We're out of the Chaos Portal and back into this game where they did in fact get Water 1 and are back to being poor.
Yeah.
This continues to be the problem. Is there like for such a coin rich game, there are a lot of poor people in this game.
Yeah, I think nomads are fine on coins. It looks like they're going to be able to pass before everybody. Take the coins action. They can take a bonus tile with coins on it and a spade if they choose the spade. I mean, that can't be bad.
No, it can't be bad at all.
It can be good though.
Yeah, they need to put a priest first. We now have triple. Oh wow, we now have triple temple from Bizzell at this point in time. So this is a weird energy from Bizzell right now, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. What I think happened, like from if we can go back to Lizzie's report on there for a little while, was what I think happened was that they expected Darklings to make that fork for to make the fork for mermaids and engineers, and it just never happened. So they just died instantly.
It all goes back to the fork. I agree.
Yeah. And honestly, if Darkling, I'm not going to say if Darklings loses game, it goes back to that, but it certainly doesn't help their argument. Because what I'm going to guess is going to happen is that mermaids are probably going to upgrade digs next turn. Do a double upgrade digs and then try and carve out some town space.
That would be fun to see.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have the priest for it. They're gonna have the priest for it. They're gonna have the workers for it. They'll barely have the workers for it, but they'll have some workers for it. They'll have 4 workers at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So they'll have the workers for it, and then they'll have the coins. Or I'm trying to think if there's anything else they need. No, they just need coins and workers. That's all you need. Oh, and priest. So yeah, they'll have everything they need to do it. The question is,
Yeah.
what favor tile are they taking right now? Are they going to take the income?
Yeah, there's no. I think Air 1 is not as great as it seems.
Oh no, Air 1's
just because.
Ooh, they take an income favor tile. Interesting. So they are going to go this up. They are going to go this upgrade digging path that I talked about.
Yeah, I also think I was leaning. Workers are super good. The only other scoring favor tile left for them to take is Air 1, but they don't want to build trading posts until the last round. So, yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I think this is just it goes with the game script.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I'm gonna guess they're hoping to get either the workers pass tile or get the pass tile for either the workers pass tile or the pass tile for with coins on it, because they will eventually be a little coin short with this strategy. Just a teeny bit coin short, but coin short nonetheless.
Yeah, both
The
solid
Darklings
pass
are going
tiles,
to be
though.
passing here. They're passing for workers. It is what it is. I'm going to stop harping on that one. And then it looks like
Yeah, the Darklings aren't getting a ton of coins this turn, but next turn they're gonna have a ton of coins.
Oh yeah,
the coins are coming.
Next turn they're gonna have a lot of coins. Like it, just wait one more turn and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
we're gonna be great. Just 1 out of 6 rounds, it'll be fine. So yeah, Darklings are gonna be able to dig 4 times this next round. That's really, really good. They have no shipping, but they don't particularly need that shipping. Engineers will finally get a neighbor, some amount of leech that isn't just pity leech. There's no way that Darklings are connecting, right? We're both on that page.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if it wasn't obvious already, they are not connecting. But the question with the Darklings is, surely they want a third town.
Yeah.
So where are they going? Especially if mermaid diggings or the digging mermaids are coming in, because they're going to take away a lot of options. So it either goes, I think it goes on the left side of the map, possibly just directly north, like maybe A1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type stuff.
A5. Okay, let's look at yeah. So they're gonna go that A4, A5, B3 route. That's if they don't get cut off by nomads, though, and it's possible.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Darklings are getting so many priests. They could dig like A1, A2, A3, A4. They don't even need to get to A5 or B3.
Oh, that's fair. We did see Europe last game just say, we don't care anymore. We'll just do what we want to.
Yeah, super high level Darklings game. They know how to get a ton of priests, and that's what you want, obviously, because it's points and it's easy digs, easy towns. And right now, getting 3 priests around, that's a lot of priests.
Oh, wow. Look at how many workers USA has and how many coins. They are going to be digging so much this round.
Yeah, this is wild.
This is ridiculous. I'm just making sure nobody is... Oh, okay. People asking questions. All right, so...
This becomes a problem for practically anybody, because if nomads are worried about you, they could just come in and use one worker with because they've got 2 shipping. They can touch, the whole map.
Yeah.
So I would be worried if I was anybody but yellow.
Yeah, and it looks like Asia is going to have a fair bit of work or of digs as well, though not as many as USA has. But they do have Earth 1, so that's a nice touch for them. But at this point, I don't think nomads have the ability to just dig out people. I think they need to worry about their own town spaces. That's really.
I think they can maybe use one worker to mess with somebody if they wanted to, which sometimes that could be troublesome.
You think they can afford one worker? That's bold.
Let me do my math. It checks out.
Okay, good to know. Good to know that math checks out. I'm gonna take the opposite opinion and say it doesn't, but you know what? Could be wrong. Been wrong before. All right, is USA taking coins here? I think they're the only people that are gonna need coins soon.
I mean, if somebody has the ability to take coins and they don't take coins, you just need to end the game immediately.
Okay, I'm in.
That's insanity.
Yeah, I'm with you. Burn into the ground. They may take double.
Mermaids had the option and didn't.
Oh my God, they may take double dig. No, they take coins. Okay, good. I was about to say, if they take double dig, then Brazil's just out. Brazil's just gone forever. They might as well just GG out of this game.
So mermaids have the option to take 7 gold, and they didn't. So does this mean that they're like trying to get a hex before somebody comes in and takes it from them? What are they? Maybe
I think at this point, what they're thinking is that they're the only one that needs
center.
They're the only one that needs workers. So that's probably what they're thinking, or that they're trying to take the brown in the center. Though that's
right. I think the brown in the center is what they're looking at because it takes away from the nomads, but nomads can always come in and dig the black, and that's a sanctuary town. Oh boy, there goes that black hex. Oh no. Mermaids don't get F3.
Oh no. Do they care about that? Oh yeah, I guess they.
Well, okay, so hear me out. Yeah. If you take the temple, you know what? This is too much.
This is too
much.
I
don't know how to explain this. Well, basically, you can form 2 towns on the west if you dig F3.
Oh, because you make the landscape. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I like that dig and all that space over there. The only downside is you're probably not going to get neighbors anytime soon for the super far west side. So
yeah, that's your real problem is you're not going to get neighbors for that super far west side.
Yes. But if you're digging mermaids, you can make neighbors, I guess. I don't know.
You just make them. Make the neighbors.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. I love it. I once tried to entice somebody with that meme, trying to get them to come to a hex. I was like, "Hey guys, just come to this hex. It's free real estate." And they're like, "No, we're not doing it."
I only know of that meme because of you, and I'm very proud. And I'm very glad because that is a great meme.
That's great. Have you seen the sketch for that though?
I have. When once I saw you post, I was like, I got to see the actual thing.
Oh my God, the actual thing is great. Oh, it's so wonderful. It's for Jim Booney only. It's
worth the watch.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's just Google it's free real estate. That's all you need. That's all you need to Google, and you're fine.
I'm imagining you saying that while raising your eyebrows really fast. Doing the free real estate.
Okay. So let's go back and talk about this game. See what's happening over here. So mermaids have upgraded dig twice and then taken the workers. So they didn't want a hex? ? What's happening?
It's all confusing. I don't know.
I guess they wanted the option. If I had to guess, I think they just wanted the option. Also, Brazil had to hard dig, just making their lives even worse.
Yeah, this has been a pretty rough Brazil game, but they're still going to be able to make 2 towns. Looks like they've got points. They're in last place, but
they've got points.
They've got points.
I will say, I think the coolest thing that USA has done so far is stayed out of the Earth Cult. right? As counterintuitive as that may be, right? They now just have won effectively 2 cults without much effort at all. Whereas there is a 3-way fight over the Earth cult that will only end in tears for 2 of them, and will end in someone overpaying as the other person. And that's the real problem. Somebody's going to take a 2-key town, and it's going to be real sad. And I'm going to guess it's Bizzell who's going to take that 2-key town, and it's just going to end in tears. So,
yeah, that is actually incredibly clever from Team USA.
Oh, we see F3.
Let's go.
Your F3 is being taken. Just so people.
That's big sad for nomads. I mean, now it's like, where are these towns for the nomads? You know?
Yeah, the towns are going to be very, very difficult to make. If not,
in a lot of the F2O games, when nomads are played, that question pops up quite a bit. I wonder if that's just a nomad problem.
Yeah, where are the towns? Because they don't have anything else to do.
I know. No matter what, it just always happens.
Yeah, this is just one of those problems that I think they just didn't think about ahead of time. And if I'm them, I don't even think it wouldn't even have been on my radar probably. Honestly, I would love to get a read on how they are, what happened with that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then just kind of like figure out how they're taking this, because they can't be taking this well. They have to get a bridge to make that town next turn, which is just ugly. Oh, that's really ugly. They would theoretically like to be able to build and get a trading post, or to be able to build their landscape, but they can't even do that, because at this point they have to have a trading post out, and that's 2 workers they can't really afford to give up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess next up is Asia taking that brown hex in the center. If I had to make an educated guess as to what's about to happen. And then they can make a town out of that and maybe some land in the north. The northeast? Yes, northeast. But no, they decide not to. I think they're going your route.
Yeah. I guess so.
You're like, yeah, of course they are. What are you talking about?
I mean, I was trying to figure it out as I'm watching it happen. I guess it makes sense. But is the lack of neighbors going to be a problem in that far west? Probably not.
I think probably yes, actually. I think it will absolutely be a problem. Okay, so let's say you're nomads here, right? Let's say you're nomads. You are real upset as to what happened at F3, at your precious F3, right? Are you giving anything to Asia over here? Are you saying, yeah, totally, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a neighbor to a hex that you need? No.
I mean, assuming mermaids get fire too, they're only missing out on 3 coins by not getting that neighbor.
Okay, that's fair.
And if they choose to build a stronghold, which doesn't look likely, but there's ways around it. So
that's totally fair. Totally fair. So, okay, they're upgrading to a trading post. That's necessary. What are they passing for is my question. What are engineers going to be passing for? I guess they're going to take the... Is there a world where engineers can make 2 towns next turn? Does that world exist?
Yeah. One. How many coins are they getting?
They're getting 7 coins.
I guess it depends on what they pass for, but yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna have plenty of workers. and they're gonna have neighbors from Darklings on the east.
Okay.
I guess, do they get that dig in the red?
Is their game really that bad then? Like, really that bad? I think the answer is yes. But
I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it went. I just don't think it like is on pace with everybody else's game. But
yeah.
like,
it's at this time that I try and reevaluate everybody, right, and say, am I wrong here? And I think the answer is no, Chris. You're not wrong. So stop thinking you're wrong. But I've been wrong before. So it's.
I don't believe you.
That's fair. Many people don't believe it.
Okay. So there's one town from the Nomads.
There's.
Are they aiming for 3, or are they just aiming for 2 really solid towns? I haven't been able to expect any of these Nomad moves practically all game, so I'm not going to try and guess that one.
I mean, they're gonna have to do. So let's talk about this. They're gonna have to triple dig the southern hex, the southern green, and then they're gonna have to single dig that other green, and they're gonna have to take fire 2 for these 2 towns with 2 bridges, and it's a nightmare. This for me would be a nightmare. I
mean, they've got all the workers to do what you just said in terms of digging.
They have all the workers, but none of the coins to do it. And they're doing okay. So they're not going for 2 towns next turn. They're going for 1 town next turn.
I like it. So here's the reason I like it.
Okay.
In order for them to go for 2 towns next round, they would need to build a bunch of trading posts, right?
Yeah.
And that just takes away points that they would have gotten in that last round. So you might as well just go for the juicy town in round 5 and then save the trading post, because it's like you're not really gaining anything.
Do they really need more than 2 trading posts? They get 1 trading post. They're able to put the landscape out on 1 hex, and then they're able to do. They're able to bridge, take another. Build some more dwellings. I don't think they need that many trading posts. Maybe 2, and that's a big maybe.
So even if it's just 1 trading post, the difference is like you're saving yourself 2 points. So I guess we'll have to see if it looks like it's worth getting those extra 2 points.
They have to build at least 1 trading post. They're out of dwellings.
Right. They definitely have to build 1.
Yeah, so they got to build 1. I'm going to guess they're going to try and bridge next turn and then put 2 trading posts out and then build the rest and build very solid towns, like you said. I think 2 solid towns is fine for them. Their towns went from 1, I'm going to say the word yucky, but yeah, 1 yucky town to 1 yucky town to 2 yucky towns very quickly, which just isn't good for them. As one
a goofy town.
Yeah, we'll go with goofy. Sure. And it's at this point that I start questioning whether or not I should go ahead and throw the winner's interview screen for Canada already.
I mean, if you look at the points and the resources, it's scary. Like, if you're playing any faction against Darklings, like, dude, they're leading in points and they've got so many resources. It's scary.
And they're getting a town this turn. They had a town before and it wasn't that good, and that's fine. But yeah, they're getting a town next turn. The question is, what are they doing with these 2 digs? That's my big question is, are they doing anything with these 2 digs?
Well, once they upgrade their shipping this round, it's going to be digs for their 3rd town.
Okay.
Which I still think goes up on the top, and maybe Nomads mess with that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big maybe, but they could. Okay. So I think Brazil's going to get a second town this turn and then do bridges. Okay. That's certainly something. It's not nothing. But what you said before is very true. It's very poignant, right? It's what they have isn't terrible, but it's not winning.
Ha, Terra.
That's certainly
you sly dog.
That's certainly what somebody has said sometime. So, yeah, it looks like they're gonna. USA may only go for one town this turn. They may only go for one, and as much as I think that's not great, I'll
be the Chris translator. Not great equals. I think he just puked a little bit in his mouth.
It means I really don't love it. And that's another criticism. So it means that I am not a fan. It means that it's bad. That's all it means. It means it's so bad. Oh, I don't. And here's the worst part. Okay. Here's the worst part of this, right? They can't even save the worker that they needed to do this. Oh, they just okay.
You're stressing out and you're not even playing.
I really am.
I can't imagine what the players are feeling.
Oh man,
this might be a situation. I don't know what the players are thinking, but this might be a situation where the guys are starting to think, okay, I think we're playing for second now because it looks like Canada might have this game in the bag. Maybe. So they might start trying to hurt the other, like, third and fourth. The people contending for second place, they might try and hurt each other. I mean, maybe they're still aiming for first. I don't know. Oh, man, it's just crazy. Like, look at all those resources.
Okay.
I mean,
this
holy moly.
dig is the most confusing dig I've ever seen in my lifetime. I
agree.
Do not understand this dig even slightly.
It's almost like they're setting up for 4 towns, but
yeah, and that sure is ambitious.
Yeah. Oh, unless they're just ditching the dwellings on the on
the far west, which seems weird to me. Like,
it seems weird, yeah.
I don't.
Also, Lizzie's back, so I guess I'll turn on the camera and make everything normal.
Yep. Okay, Lizzie, we're going to have you in just a second. Hold on, I got to do my cold open here. All right, Lizzie, please take us away back from, hopefully, the portal.
Hey, guys. So the portal kicked me out of my house, and now I'm locked out. So this isn't great. You know, I'm here stuck on my balcony. Hopefully the portal will let me back into my house eventually. Meanwhile, I'm pretty cold, so I'm going to make this quick. So Team USA, I was just talking to them about possibly being concerned about the somewhat of a lack of towns so far. Well, while I was talking to them, they ended up carving out that town space up in the north. So maybe it's not as big as an issue. But I asked them about how they didn't get F3, about how Asia dug F3. And they were pretty disappointed about it. They had opted for additional digs, so they got 4 points instead of digging F3. And then, of course, Asia ended up taking it. So there was a little bit of regret there. Not a lot, they said. I guess they're just going to barrel on with their game plan. They're planning on going for a town in the south. They're planning on smashing network. I asked them if they were planning on going for 3 towns eventually. They said they're not sure yet. They're just going to have to see how it pans out.
All right. Thank you very much for the update. I hope you get inside your house at some point, because right now we're all very concerned for you and your safety.
I hope so, too. Word for the wise, don't go into the chaos portal. Just don't do it. If you're thinking about it, don't do it.
At the very least, you're back to a normal color, so that's nice.
Okay, good. I'm going to try to figure this out. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right, so we see Bizzell going for the lands. Oh! Very
nice.
I like it. So they're gonna go for a bridge town here. Consider me a fan of it. It's pretty, okay? That's all I love. I love that it's pretty. So they're going to go ahead and get this this bridge or this town down. They're gonna get workers. They're gonna get 18 points from this. 18 points plus the 8 from the pass tile. This isn't looking bad. Now, keep in mind, this is probably pure bias. So anyone that is watching this and saying Chris is getting his hopes up way too much here, this is pure caster bias here. I have what is it called when you have put too much into something? Like it's gambler's fallacy, right? Not gambler's fallacy. Anyways, it's sunk cost.
The sunk cost
fallacy, right? So like, yeah. I'm so sunk cost. My cost has been sunk so much into these people when I said these engineers are going to do good that I'm out. I can't do anything anymore. So
no, I hear you. I've been in that situation before. It's really rough when you know you're in it too.
Yeah, and I'm just like, but they could get points, and points are good. I do love points. Yeah. Okay. So what is USA doing then?
You know, USA's in the lead right now, so I don't know what you're making fun of them for. It's a little...
They're certainly in the lead currently. There is...
Yeah, you better take a picture real quick because it's going to change pretty soon.
It's not
might
gonna change. Okay, so...
I think it might change the very next move.
Yeah, actually. Definitely is going to change very quickly. Asia's about to make 2 towns, and I'm curious as to why they haven't made their towns yet. It's very odd from them, and I don't know how to feel about a lot of this.
I'm assuming that the 2 key hex is still available.
Yeah.
Are the mermaids interested in that?
There's no way they can be interested in the 2 key town. He says
it gets them first on Earth. It comes with some power. I don't know. I haven't convinced myself, but
I don't think I'm going to convince myself of this. I don't think I will ever convince myself that this is correct. Yeah, Darklings are about to have another town. So much for that lead. That lead's gone. And then Asia's founding.
Yeah. At least they could say they were in the lead. I don't know if some of the teams will be able to say that.
That's fair. Brazil will never be able to say that. Let's be real here.
Actually, Brazil started in the lead. What are we talking about?
Oh, you're right. Brazil did start in the lead. That's fair. That's very fair.
Team Canada's looking low on time. What are they thinking about? Okay, yeah, no 2-step cult for the Darklings either.
Okay. So, their most important thing is apparently... I just got a report from USA saying their most important thing is that they paid close attention to where the town tile went. Because they didn't want to put it underneath a non-dwelling. They didn't want to be Brazil over here, who put it underneath a non-dwelling.
So a lot of people talk about where they place their town key thing, and I will just give my 2 cents on where I think it should be placed. I feel like it should be placed, well, for me, and maybe it's just because I'm OCD, the last structure that made the town is where the town key tile goes.
Oh, you're that person.
Yeah, so sometimes it's under a stronghold, sometimes it's under a dwelling. You know, it changes.
Okay, now this is less of a problem now that BGA has implemented the ability to
let you hover it.
Yeah, to let you hover over it. But I think the manor ability to go ahead and hover or to the times when you put it underneath a dwelling was just it was being mannered, okay? And that's the most important thing, is being mannered in this game.
I mean,
You're like, no, it's not. It's about memes. If this
I
game
mean,
is,
it's not even about the memes. I mean, there's like 3 different ways you can figure out what key is under it. You can look at the log. You can, I don't know. You can squint real close and look at the
you're saying you
3
look at,
pixels.
You're saying you look at the log. The log. I'll tell you, if
I don't know how to read.
Whenever I was trying to figure out where Lizzie could go, I said, where's the one place that people kind of look every once in a while, but don't really look that hard? And I said, oh, the log. Perfect. It's already a square. So I said, let's go ahead and put it there.
That useless thing. I love the log.
I mean, it's a nice log. It's great. It's not what I look at any point in time unless I have missed a turn because I just happened to be away from, like, I had to go grab a drink, or I had to go use the bathroom. I don't know. If I had to go do something and come back, oh, what happened here? We see Darklings passing onto a bonus tile. That's probably the only bonus tile they're going to give this game. For the rest of the game, because the game's ending. Wow, this game has gone fast.
Yeah, this also could be pretty upsetting for the engineers. They obviously want a pass tile for points, but it looks like mermaids are going to jump on their beloved ship pass tile before them.
Yeah. I wonder what mermaids are doing. I guess they're waiting for... Okay, yep. As expected and as predicted, engineers take the 2-key town.
Oh.
This is one of those things that I find mildly question. Oh wow, I find this majorly questionable. Mermaids should be passing for this. I guess mermaids actually don't have that much shipping. Are they getting that much more shipping? Maybe not.
You're right. Good point.
Normally mermaids would have way more shipping than this.
Yeah, just instinctively and reflexively, you're like, oh, passing ship tile. But yeah, in this situation, it's probably not as good as just doing their normal actions. And
yeah, if you're engineers here, are you building a bridge here? Are you building a?
I was just.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just looking at that. They could actually send like a priest to air, semi-lock up air, depending on. Well, I guess nomads probably sanctuary. I don't know what nomads do, but yeah, they could send that priest to air, get some power, build a bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like they're definitely building a bridge.
Yeah, they're gonna they have to build a bridge here. I will say that whoever is commanding these teams right now needs to be commanding them forever, because this is the fastest games we've ever done. And there are 4 people playing these things. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
What time is it for Team Asia? Do you know? Is it like midday or something?
I mean, every bit of Asia is actually in America right now. With the exception of one player, they're all in America. So it's sometime in the middle of the night for them.
Okay.
And but yes, it would be about mid morning ish. That's what I'd expect to be in Singapore right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was wondering if that maybe had some influence on how fast people were playing, just because they were getting tired or something.
Yeah. I think Jekyll's just a person who is very on the ball with these things, and it's very much we're gonna go ahead and do this, and it's gonna do this, and it's gonna be great. So,
gotcha.
Beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's happening with the rest of this. They're going up cults. Everything's fine. They're gonna build a bridge. They take the. Are they really trying to outstall Europe or Brazil right now? I think they're trying to stall out Brazil.
I think this is one of those interesting situations where I think those 7 coins, as for the pastime, might just be better for mermaids.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's not. It's funny because we may have a situation where none of these two teams wants the pastime. Wants the pastime with points on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a weird situation.
Yeah, engineers aren't getting any gold either. Darklings and nomads. I guess I kind of expected Darklings to keep up an economy, but nomads very impressively have kept up a pretty strong economy. I know you were talking about how low their coins were in like the second-ish going into the third round, but last year and this year, or the last round, it's definitely coming to fruition, their strong economy.
Yeah, definitely. My question is, how are they gonna turn that economy into points? Because that's going to be their big problem, is turning that economy that they've built into points. I'm guessing they're going to try and make another town in the south, which is going to be mildly difficult, if not majorly difficult, but it can be done. They need the.
I think they have, they have so many resources. They can easily do it. I think they just go like 3 trading posts. Well, they only need 2, but yeah, they bridge, they build a bunch of trading posts, and then.
Do you think they bridge rather than take the coins first action?
Oh, you're right. They don't even need to bridge. Yeah, I guess.
We see Asia taking the pass tile, so they're confident in the amount of coins they're going to be able to make. Brazil going to go ahead and pass for infinity points. And that's a technical term for it. Taking the coins, and now Brazil has some coins.
I will say I do think it's worth for nomads to take the bridge. I think they're going to spend an extra 3 coins on like an expensive trading post if they don't. Or they're just going to spend like an extra 2 workers on a dig. So it's probably just going to save them the same amount of resources in the end.
Okay, let me go ahead and state this. I understand why they're doing this, why Brazil or why Asia's doing this, but it still is just very painful to watch. The dig in the southeast, because engineers have nothing to do, so they're gonna go ahead and kill the dreams of Asia if they can. But it still, again, just hurts to watch. Then build that. So then build the dwelling in the north next to nomads and engineers, and then just sit on it forever and never do anything with it. But such is life.
I mean, it helps them win network if they're planning to place all their buildings on blue hexes.
Yeah, it does, and that's fine. It's just like I would imagine that was going to be a town, and now it's just nothing. It's become nothing. We see engineers getting more power here. Oh, they get power for free. That's nice. We see Canada going up, are making more trading posts. Yeah, Canada's won this. We can just call this down.
Yeah. Also, Canada, I kind of missed this, but Canada didn't upgrade ship last round, so they're just not even going to go for the third town. They're just going to just get a bunch of points naturally.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. Okay, so there are minor problems with Canada's game. Let's go ahead and talk about these problems, right? So they only have I'm gonna guess they can only make 3 more trading posts, which isn't that many points, right? They're getting 10 points from their digs. That's a fair number of points. But what's happening after that, right? How are they getting points at the end of the game? They're second in. They're gonna be second in Earth Cult. They're gonna be probably third in water. And this is saying because they're not using their priest as workers, or because they're not using their because they're using their priest as digs effectively, right? So they're not going to have that many more points. I guess they're building out dwellings, but they're not connected either. Yeah, this isn't my favorite. Or this isn't like I don't think they're as big a favorite as I thought they were.
Right. Yeah. I think the assumption of the third town was a good amount more points than I guess we both were accounting for, which helps the people who are pretty close behind. Obviously, nomads now have a ton of resources, have another town coming in, and they're playing for network. They have possibly one cult, depending on if engineers, take that last air step or not. So nomads are pretty close. Mermaids, they've got 2 cults right now. They're sort of playing for network. It doesn't look like they're going to win it. So I guess second is pretty reasonable. But yeah, they've got points on the board with another town coming in.
Yeah, the only problem.
Also,
go ahead.
Oh, I just saw Lizzie here, so I was going to turn on my camera and let her do her thing.
All right, so let's go ahead and get her in just a second. Welcome, Lizzie. Let's talk about Canada and see how they're doing.
Hey guys. Thankfully, I made it back into my house. That chaos portal is no joke. But I'm glad to be back in here. All right. I was just talking to Team Canada. They said their plan for the rest of the game is just to build as many trading posts as possible. They were hoping to secure the Earth Cult. They wanted to take Earth 3 to win the Earth Cult. But they said they're okay that it went to Brazil. They said better that it go to Brazil than it go to Asia. They think Asia is in a better position right now. So they're happy at least that Asia didn't get it. I asked about, any interesting things that happened earlier in the game. They said that after round 2, there was an interesting quote from Chris Ho. He said that a sanctuary and 4 dwellings is the start that you pray for. So the fact that they had that start, they thought it was an amazing start. And they feel like the game has gone mostly according to plan. It was the exact start that they wanted. And they also said that they thought the track was godlike for Darklings. So, I don't know if they're going to win, but it seems like their game plan has been pretty intact. And that's all I have for Team Canada.
Thank you, Lizzie. We appreciate it. Beautiful. I mean, it seems like Canada's gotten exactly what they wanted. So if they win, I mean, it's all going according to plan for them.
I wonder if they planned for a third town or if they were worried about some things.
Probably worried about nomads just taking it from them.
Yeah.
And that's like nobody can really mess with nomads right now. Nomads are in a pretty nice spot. I wonder what they're going to do with all these resources, though. They have to do something with them. I'm guessing upgrading the trading post down in the south and then placing another dwelling. I don't know if they're going to bridge or not. They went up the water track. Yeah, they put the last thing on the water track. So
that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep expecting this bridge from Nomads, but I guess there's no real rush. Maybe engineers take it right now.
Oh yeah, engineers are taking it, I would assume. There's nothing that they needed that dwelling, but after that dwelling, they don't really care about anything. So yeah, we're gonna see probably another a 2 trading post, two dwelling town for Asia, getting another town, totally all fine. These are good moves. Okay, Brazil is actually not taking this bridge. Interesting enough, they are not taking the bridge. I guess it's not as many points as these trading posts, these bridges are. aren't. So that makes sense. They're probably gonna need the coins to make another temple and then another trading post. So
true. I think looking at Nomads are 20 points behind Darklings.
yeah.
They've still got a town coming in, and Darklings are pretty much. Oh man, they still got a ton of resources, but just lopsided. Twice as many workers as they do coins. So,
What, lopsided resources? I didn't predict.
Well, like in terms of like worker to coin ratio.
Yeah, I didn't predict that at all. No, sir.
I mean, it's still fine.
You're
But
like,
they don't have too many, like, they don't have well, I guess everybody's sort of at the end of where how much they're building.
yeah. It seems like they're kind of at the end. The only plus to them right now is that they're the only team that's getting points for trading post and for dwellings right now. So
Yeah, and
Asia's getting points for both of them, but they're getting less points for the trading post right now.
mm-hmm.
And then Nomads are getting 0 points for their dwellings at this point in time. So they want to build as few dwellings as humanly possible, which means they really do need that bridge.
Right. And they just want to barely beat Mermaids in longest network.
Yep.
Just because, like you said, that all the dwellings are just wasting, one victory point per se.
Yep, exactly. What I'm wondering is the water cult going to be something that people fight over? Because it seems like
I'm looking at especially with Darklings. I mean, they probably want to build another temple because it helps them build another trading post, and they're not playing for network, so dwellings aren't super good for them.
Mm-hmm.
So probably water 2, or if they don't want the water fight, they just go air 1, which there is 2 copies left.
Yeah,
easy peasy.
I think the water fight is a fight that everyone's going to lose, right? It's one of those things where you all put in, and then it's effectively a wash for the amount of points that happens. Maybe you get a little bit of points out of it, but it's and maybe Darklings make that fight, but somebody's got to make that fight, and I think the first person to make that fight is the person that wins it, if that makes sense.
So if Darklings here take water 3, do the Mermaids retaliate? Do the Mermaids try and pass them?
No, I don't think they can. I just don't think they have the resources to pass them.
Right. And there's no cult towns left. So if I'm Darklings, I would really like water 3. If I know Mermaids aren't going to try and pass me.
Yeah, I think you probably take water. You take some water town. I don't know what water town you take, but you take some water town. And then you take some water town, either water 2 or water 3. And then you just say, like, I've won this cult. Stop trying to everybody else. My question is what cult or what favor are Nomads gonna take? Because Nomads probably are gonna need a temple at some point. So I'm gonna guess they're gonna take Air 1. But that's looking way into the future. Okay, so we see that they're not going to be going for that dwelling or for the town. They're not going to be going for the expensive trading post. That they're going to be going for another dwelling. I assume they're trying to get longest network out of this, and they're fighting that battle rather than fighting the battle for other things. Okay. I don't hate it. It makes sense. It does.
This is also going to be a pretty neat town from Mermaids here.
Oh yeah, this can go in the Cool Towns Club. We'll post in the Cool Towns Club soon enough. If you're not a member of the Cool Towns Club, contact me. We'll get you a member. We'll get you an official badge. We don't have them yet, but we'll get you a badge.
I'll get ahead of the curve and say it kind of looks like, once it's done, assuming they build the 2 dwellings on the bottom, like Galaga shooting a bullet
It
You know?
so does. Oh, you're right. Oh, we'll call it the Galaga Town. I'm in. I'm into calling it the Galaga Town. So nomads are just going to continue this route of building a dwelling, building a trading post, building a dwelling, building a trading post for effectively until the end of time.
Mm-hmm.
And they see there's no rush on Air 1, so they're not going to... I don't think they need to rush Air 1 at all, which is totally fine for them. But they will get Air 1 at some point, I'm going to guess. This is just a guess of mine, but I think it's a pretty strong guess. My question is, though, why are they not bridged yet?
Yeah, I know, and why haven't engineers bridged either? It's
questionable things all around.
I mean, what else is engineers doing? Like, they have to take this bridge. It doesn't really matter if nomads miss out on the bridge, but surely it's nice to have.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those nice to have things. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they've got 10 network. They're being Darklings on network. They're expanding, I guess. They're still expanding. What are they expanding for?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have very little idea of what they're doing right now. But, I've been wrong before, and I will be wrong again.
I mean, obviously, like, I guess they're worried nomads is gonna dig, but
yeah.
And if I'm playing against you per se, and I take the bridge, you being who you are, you're 100% digging that gray on me because I just took that bridge.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Maybe you have influenced these, sequence of events.
I'm telling you, there is a yin and a yang to all of Terra Mystica.
There is.
There are things that happen.
You're the yang.
I talked to my friend, and I was on voice chat with him in an arena game, and we were talking about things, and I said, all right, so if you take I need to take the bridge here, but if you take water 1, you know what happens. And what happened was I would witch's ride to where his town needed to be, like where he was about to dig and build a giant's town. So it was, do you want this town or do you want water 1? And his thought, it was a town round. So he's like, of course I want the town. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where those sorts of threats have weight, right? Those sorts of threats should always have weight. And a lot of people tend to play like they're playing, how can I put it? They tend to play like they don't have these things that happen, if that makes sense. They like everything's going to go according to their plan.
Yeah.
So, but let's get back into this game and see what's happening. It looks like they're just not even taking the bridge. It looks like they're just not doing it.
Or they take the other bridge that...
Oh.
I don't think they do that, but wouldn't that be something?
It would be something.
Also, shouldn't they have just built the landscape? Or
no, it would have made their trading post expensive. Their last trading post expensive.
Okay.
That was the problem of digging all those hexes. They didn't have the landscape available, so now they're gonna have to build. And this is really awkward. Yeah, now
there it is.
Oh, this can get real awkward real fast. Luckily, mermaids don't have the ability to really kill their town. Nobody has that ability to kill their town. But yeah, it's looking rough. It's looking real rough. Because they have to build this. They have to upgrade this hex right now, or they have to upgrade this trading post, and then they have to build on that open yellow hex.
Yeah,
and that's the only way they make their town is building on that open yellow hex, and they don't have the resources to do it to do it in the reverse or in any other order.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a theoretical threat of engineers double digging.
I mean, they don't have enough power for that.
But they will get enough power from that upgrade. If they take and again, this is a ridiculous statement. So keep in mind, this is in paranoid land that I'm living in, right? But paranoid land, Chris, is saying that engineers take the 6 for 5 and then immediately double dig that hex.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, holy moly.
Yeah, I know that's crazy, but paranoid Chris is a paranoid dude, man. Sometimes I mean, I make these statements. I just don't understand a lot of what USA has done, and I think I think the problem is they've just taken unnecessary risk, and I think that's my bigger problem with their game right now is they're taking unnecessary risk. It's not that the risk may like at the end of the day they're gonna point to this and they're gonna say, oh well, it worked out, so it's totally fine, right? But things can work out, and you can still make mistakes, and this is. Welcome to paranoid land. This is
they were definitely scared of what you were talking about, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly it, I think. Because
they also know they're going to be able to worst case scenario build a dwelling temple trading post if need be, but they can always dig the red hex on that I file for the landscape.
Yep. And I think that's a perfectly reasonable call. That's a very reasonable call. So, yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, I mean...
Good.
You're right. A lot of these Nomads moves feel a little risky, but at the same time, like... And I get what you're saying, like causation, not correlation type deal. But I feel like it's just something that we're not used to seeing from the Nomads, but... I mean, it's been a pretty wondrous game.
Yeah, it's been good, right? I'm not arguing it hasn't been good, right? It's a matter of risk management, though. And I think
fair enough.
I think the bigger thing is that there's a chance that, and this is probably what they're thinking. So if Bizzell gets last here, right? Then they're not knocked out of the tournament, but they so if USA gets last and Bizzell gets third, then what will happen is that if USA gets last, then it goes to a tie between them, right? So that's probably paranoid. That's probably why they're so paranoid about this, because this format is over the course of 5 weeks, right? This isn't just an individual game. An individual game, that's the silliest thing you could do. Take a 6 for 5 and then double dig somebody's hex. But in this particular format, it's not that bad. We see another dwelling from Darklings. I mean, this will just continue forever. What do Darklings have to do? Have the resources to do? They have the resources for one temple?
Yeah.
That looks like it. They have the resources for one temple.
Well, they could, if they accept that power, take water 2 with this, and that power gives them enough for a temple and a trading post.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Wow, that power came in just in the nick of time.
I will say they did ruin the Galaga town, though, so... you know. Also, speaking of Galaga, right? I didn't know for the longest time that there were 2 different games that were very, very different. You know, I couldn't figure out what the game Galaga, like, I was like, I really liked this game in an arcade, but I can't remember what it was. And everything I tried to look up said Space Invaders, and I was like, that isn't it. Space Invaders is
like that. That's like the black and white version.
This is not the game I want to play. I want to play the fun version of this game. And it was Galaga.
That's like the Pac-Man of the Miss Pac-Man. You know, Miss Pac-Man's fun, Pac-Man's lame.
Yeah, see? Right there with you. I will say the best part about Galaga, and the only cool thing, the coolest thing to do in Galaga is to have the 2 ships. That's
oh, absolutely.
If you're not living the 2-ship life, then like, what are you doing?
And then not to go not to bury ourselves in the tangents, but like when you shoot your ship and it turns red and then it starts fighting you, that's one of the worst feelings in the world.
Oh no. Okay, so what are mermaids doing? I guess they're upgrading shipping again. Okay, yeah. So Darklings should take this. Darklings did take the power, it seems. Yeah, Darklings did take the power, so they're gonna do the 2 water or 3 water line, and then they're gonna go yeah. Yeah. This is what happens when you tell us we have to do a cast at what is for me 10 o'clock at night. At about 1 o'clock p.m., my body was like, all right, it's time to do a cast. It's time. And then I sat around for 7 to 8 more hours. And I said,
preparation.
So yeah, this is where I'm at. Okay. I think like Canada has one of these things where they double check and triple check and make sure everything's good, and then they'll do it. This is Doris's influence. That's what this is.
Surely, yeah. Who is steering Team Canada today?
George Shortwell is steering Team Canada.
George Shortwell.
Yeah, but Doris is making sure everything's good. He's like, all right, are we good? We good? You sure we good?
They're like, come on, move already.
Yeah, and not to take the hype out of things, but it does seem like Canada is almost certainly winning this game.
I think USA is pretty close, if not actually winning, maybe.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna get hype if USA wins. So I will be the hypest individual of them all. But yeah. I mean, they're 20 points ahead. They're getting more points for building another trading post. USA is getting network, it looks like, though, so that's nice.
All right. Who's getting more points on the Colts? Darklings or Nomads?
Nope. Darkling? Nope.
It's kind of close.
One of them is getting. I think it's a tie. I'm pretty sure it's a tie.
Gotcha. That's pretty much, I think, the race, because everything else sort of evens itself out.
Okay.
At the end of the day, so we'll see.
We will definitely see. It will eventually.
Unless you're blind, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah. In which case, I should probably be telling you way more descriptive things about this game.
You've got. Well, me personally, the worst person for that. I don't use descriptions. Earlier, I was like, below the squiggly line. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, go below the squiggles. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite place to be, is below the squiggles.
It's better than the Chaos Portal.
It is better than the Chaos Portal. That certainly is. So I guess they're going to take Water 2 here and tie Mermaids on Water Cult, and that's cool. No, they can take Air. I forgot. They can take Air 1. Air 1's really good. That's 4 points for them. Yeah, that's what they're taking. That should be what they're taking. Just do it.
Air 1 for sure.
Just do it. See, look, there we go. There's Air 1. We did it. We're the best casters. I'm not sure if you realize this, but we're actually the best casters of them all.
I mean, for which category? Like, best categories for like what?
For casters. I mean, like,
I'll take it. That's not what I was going for, but I'll take it.
Best category. We'll take all of the categories. Okay. It's like we're taking best film of the year. That's what we're saying. We're not science. We're not best sci-fi casters. We're not best comedy casters. We're just the best.
Okay. So if you have any like caster scouts out there and they're listening right now, if you want somebody who's going to be there in the middle of a storm, like every time, and internet is in and out and just problems always, call me. I'm your guy.
I love it. I'm a fan. All right, back to this game. Okay, they got... Yeah, okay, back to this game. So they are... They're gonna be. Are they passing? Do they have a pass tile? They do have a pass tile. Yeah, they have a pass tile.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very close. It's much closer than I thought it was. Yeah. And once again,
man, Darklings were very close to getting 3 points in network. I guess it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it was worth it. But yeah, they were very, very close to that. All right, so there's 8 points for them. And here we go. This is the end. This is the final countdown. Speaking of which, if you watched last week, a little tip while we're running through this is Europe wouldn't pick a song, so we played a song by the band Europe, not by a European artist.
Oh.
We figured the band Europe was close enough.
Look at that.
Oh,
that's a
wow.
heavy score from Nomads.
Wow, USA winning this. Puts them
keeping the dreams alive.
Puts them in the race for the finale. And this means
team.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Team Asia, if they got first, they were 2 points ahead of Europe. If they got second, they were 1 point behind. And now they got third. So it's going to be, oh, man, this last game. Depending on who you're rooting for, there's a lot of contingencies that need to happen.
Oh, yeah. No, this is exciting. This is really, really exciting. It's so next game, what's going to happen? Let's set up the drama of next game, right? So Brazil is out. Like we can determine that Brazil is now out. However, right, every team is now in contention for first place and home field advantage. So next game is going to determine home field advantage for everybody. Mm-hmm. So that's super, super exciting. Next game should be a time and a half. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm excited to get somebody from America over here. Can we get?
I mean, we could just talk ourselves. We're Team USA, right?
Yeah. All right. So this has been a great time. Let's go ahead and go to the interview phase of this thing. No, I'm gonna see if I can get Liv in here.
Yeah, get the actual players. We don't know what we were talking about the whole game.
That's fair. I'll still bring up the unnecessary risk, but it's fine.
This was one of the games where I think the coolest game won. I think Nomads had the coolest game out of everybody.
Yeah,
they did some really interesting stuff. Air 2, which was like the third favorite tile on the list of what we thought was going to be picked. Early ships, who cares about coins when you just get points? It was also Digging Nomads.
Oh yeah, Digging Nomads. Great. Very exciting. We're about to get him on. I need you to turn your camera back on, and then we will get that started. So, get pumped. It's going to be a time.
Pump up the jam.
So.
Oh, shoot.
So,
are we expecting them like
soon TM?
In 5 seconds or like 30 seconds?
We're talking in like 20 to 30.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as I get my coat on. Because I took it off during the cast. And you got to get your coat back on. Yeah. It's important to get your coat on. All right. So let's go ahead and add him, and let's go ahead and talk to him about this game.
Who is he? Who are we bringing?
We're bringing in Lumen. We've got Lumen.
Lumen, eh? I wonder if he was the mastermind behind the moves.
What's up, fellas?
Yo, yo, yo.
All right, here we go. We have Lumen here on the chat.
Lumen we have.
How are you feeling, man? Go ahead.
This is a rush. This is fantastic.
This is the first time you've been interviewed. You've played in what, 2 F2O so far?
Yeah, and I've done pretty badly. So this is quite a relief, have to say. I have to give all the credit where it's due, and very little of this game was my doing. I have to thank NerdCube, LJazz, and Garteeks for their fantastic support and suggestions throughout this game.
That's fair. So what were your feelings going into the game? I know you expected to get Earth 1 when you didn't get Earth 1. What were your thinking your chances of winning from that point were?
Okay. So I think one of the best things I brought to the team was optimism here, because we had our beginning of game plans, right? Yeah, we're gonna get Earth 1, we're gonna open Temple for Dwellings, and then we didn't get Earth 1. But I had faith in our team's analysis that if we didn't get Earth 1, that means other teams were not doing their best moves. So I was trying to get us to pivot to thinking, how can we take advantage of them sacrificing their economy in order to take Earth 1? Like, what's the path to victory here? Okay. And then LJazz had the suggestion for Air 2 as our econ favor. It turned out wonderful. We spent all our extra power taking priests and sending them to cults early, or at least a couple of them. So stuff like that.
Yeah, that's exciting. I noticed a few of your early priests, and I was wondering what they were for. But now, I mean, it turns out they were very good. Turns out it worked out great for you. Is there any particular moment that you thought that you had won the game, that you had finally come to that conclusion of, oh my God, we've won?
No, not really. So one of the things that some people who will not be named on Team USA tend to do is just overestimate other people's positions. So for most of round 6 even, we had Team Asia and Team Canada very close to us in our estimations. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't till maybe 2 or 3 turns to go where someone did the calculations and realized we were approaching 160, the others weren't passing 150. And yeah, we only had a move or 2 to go at that point.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So close to there. So it looks like in the end, you guys are going to be battling it out for home field advantage with Europe and the rest of the teams, right? We're all pretty close this time around. Is there anything you're expecting? Is there anything you're special prepping? You guys are specially prepping for the landscape space map? Or do you guys
we might do some talking a few hours before the game, as like very light talking, but it hasn't been the most preparation heavy. We all know we're good here. We'll let our skills shine through for the most part.
Was there any preparation for this map?
That's so
we did have the all-player commentary stream on Rainier's stream last weekend where we played this setup. I was actually playing Nomads in that one, so I had some sense of what not to do after that. We openly talked about it with NerdCube and Rainier, so that counts as prep, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Totally counts as prep. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Honestly, just glancing at the map was probably good enough prep for this map.
Yeah, that's more than the casters did, quite frankly.
Can I ask a question? The suspense is killing me. I don't want to wait till watch the VOD to know. Where was Lizzie reporting from today?
The Chaos Portal.
Excellent. Just as it needed to be.
Oh, you are in for a treat, my friend. And when you watch the VOD, feel free to tell us how wrong we were about everything. So
yeah, that's just what casters are here for, right? To get everything wrong.
Oh yeah. So
I mean, yeah, you caught us off guard with like legit every game plan in your every move in your game plan, from the early temple with Air 2 to the, I guess digging Nomads was kind of expected, but then your late second town with not building the bridge and doing just you'll hear it.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason why you didn't take the bridge?
In round 5 or 6?
Yeah, in round 5 or 6, yeah.
So we had calculated out our resources. We just knew we had enough to finish this town without the bridge. So it was better to prioritize other things like the final priest cults, or just our build order was pretty forced. So doing that sooner was better.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, it's been great having you on. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It's now 10:30 at night, so we're going to go ahead and sign off because I need sleep at some point. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Claybo, thank you for hosting with me.
Oh,
look at that cute cat.
For letting me hang with the gang.
That was beautiful. Good having you. So thanks everyone for watching. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and we will talk to you soon next week, 1:00 p.m. EDT. All right, later, guys.